As time passes, the hours slip by like silent conspirators, each moment a delicate brushstroke on the vast canvas of life. You may wonder if your days are simply being taken for granted, a routine of unnoticed miracles and missed opportunities. Instead of merely telling you that time changes all, let me show you how every fleeting second holds the power to transform sorrow into beauty, despair into hope, and the mundane into the extraordinary. Let me talk to you about the hours. Firstly, let me give you a brief overview of what The Hours is about. The Hours is a novel by Michael Cunningham that interweaves the lives of three women across different time periods, all connected by Virginia Woolf's novel, Mrs. Dalloway. To start off with, let's get to know some of the people in the story. Clarissa Von Hahn, aka Mrs. Dalloway, is a sensitive modern woman who arranges a party for her ailing friend while quietly comforting the bittersweet echoes of her past. Virginia Woolf, the brilliant yet tormented writer, wrestles with inner demons and the oppressive weight of mental illness as she crafts her legacy. Laura Brown, a 1950s housewife suffocated by domestic expectations, secretly rebels against the monotony of suburban life in a search of a more authentic existence. Richard is a once brilliant poet whose life has been shaped by illness and regret. His mind is still sharp, but haunted by the weight of lost potential and unfilled dreams. Lastly, there's Sally, Clarissa's steadfast partner who offers a quiet, grounding presence amid the turbulent landscape of love and loss. This will lead us to the For the first theme, the novel displays how individuals struggle to define themselves within societal constraints and personal expectations. Virginia Woolf, Clarissa Von Hahn, and Laura Brown each wrestle with their identities, whether as writers, lovers, or mothers, questioning their roles and choices as they seek meaning in their lives. For the second theme, love prevails many times throughout the story, being a central force that guides the characters, whether it be Clarissa's lingering feelings for Richard, Virginia's complex affections for her sister Vanessa, or Laura's conflicting emotions with her marriage. The novel explores how love both nourishes and stifles, shaping relationships in ways that bring joy and pain. For the last theme, we have time. Time is a quiet but a powerful presence in the hours, reminding characters of life's fleeting nature and the inevitability of change. Through memories, regrets, and reflections, the novel underscores how time shapes identity and love, pushing characters toward acceptance or resistance of their own mortality. In the first motif, we have flowers, which frequently show up, symbolizing the fleeting beauty and fragility of life. They echo the characters' transient moments and joy and sorrow, underscoring the delicate balance between vitality and decay. Also, with flowers, we have literature, which is both a literal and metaphorical motif throughout the novel, bridging the personal narratives of the characters with broader artistic traditions. It reflects their attempts to understand and shape their identities, offering solace and insight amid life's complexities. The last motif is water, which happens to appear as an important image that represents renewal, change, and the escapable flow of time. It also embodies the duality of hope and despair, mirroring the character's emotional turbulence and the inevitability reality of mortality. In the first symbol, Laura's repeated attempts at baking a perfect cake become a striking metaphor for her inner conflict. The cake represents not only the weight of domestic expectations, but also her yearning for creative expression and personal fulfillment. Each imperfect batch underscores the frayed tension between the ideal of a perfect wife and the reality of her constrained life. This symbol powerfully embodies the frustration of attempting to reconcile personal artist impulses with the rigid roles imposed by society.
Didn't work. Damn it. Didn't work.
Hey, Scott.
Hi, Mrs. Barlow. Mommy, there's someone at the door.
Laura?
Hi, Kitty.
Hi, am I interrupting?
Oh, of course not. Come in.
Are you all right?
Why, sure.
Hi, Richie.
Sit down. I've got coffee on. Would you like some?
Please. Oh, look. Made a cake.
I know. Didn't work. I thought it was gonna work. I thought it would work better than that.
Oh, Laura, I don't understand why you find it so difficult.
I don't know either.
Anyone can make a cake.
I know.
Everyone can. It's ridiculously easy. Like, I bet you didn't even grease the pan.
I greased the pan.
All right. But, you know, you have other virtues. And Dan loves you so much you won't even notice. Whatever you do, he's going to say it's wonderful. Well, it's true.
In the second symbol, we have Richard's decaying armchair, which is a vivid emblem of decline, both physically and mentally. Its worn out and deteriorating state mirrors the inescapable passage of time and the inevitability decay of the human body. For Clarissa, the chair is not merely a piece of furniture, but a constant reminder of vulnerability and the relentless approach of mortality. The chair's gradual disintegration parallels the character's struggles to maintain hope and the purpose in the face of aging and despair. In the last symbol, we have the image of the dead bird, which serves as an important example of death's diminishing hold on life. Observing it, we find that it was once vibrant form reduced to insignificance, forces Virginia to confront the transient nature of life. Its physical shrinking and death becomes a metaphor not just for the humanity, but also for the loss of meaning and self in the face of inevitable decay. The bird encapsulates the tension between the desire to cling to life and the allure of surrendering to its impermanence. The movie adaptation relies heavily on visual language and subtle performance to convey its characters' inner tensions, whereas the book dives deeply into their internal thought processes. In the novel, readers access the character's stream of consciousness, musing, and psychological nuances through rich, introspective prose, a way that paints intimate portraits of Virginia Woolf, Clarissa Von Hahn, and Laura Brown. The film, however, channels these internal struggles via expressive imagery, meticulous cinematography, and a careful curated score that creates mood and ambiance, allowing the viewers to feel the emotions without an extensive internal narrative. Additionally, the film streamlines some of the book's narrative layers to suit a cinematic structure, while the novel interlaces the lives of its protagonists with subtle thematic echoes and detailed context. The movie opts to use visual motifs and parallel storytelling to highlight the unspoken connections between the characters. This shift means certain nuanced details and literary devices present in the book are condensed or reinterpreted on screen, resulting in a more immediate experience that emphasizes emotional impact over the in-depth literary exploration of its book. For what do I think? Well, I see the movie to be an intricate reflection of the book, displaying the themes of time, identity, and love that were shown. It elegantly shows the lives of these three women across different eras, each grappling with the weight of their own existence. The movie explores these themes as painting a hauntingly poetic portrait of human resilience that the book displayed. While the movie does a fine job of translating the novel's emotional depth to the screen, certain cases inevitably feel different in the movie. Still, with amazing performances and a touching narrative, it remains a deeply moving cinematic experience, causing me to rate it a 7 out of 10. The Hours leaves a lasting impression as it provides an introspective meditation on the human condition, where identity, love, and time weave together to form the tapestry of our everyday existence. Through its interlaced narratives, Michael Cunningham not only echoes the legacy of Virginia Woolf, but also prompts us to reflect on our own lives, the subtle joys, hidden struggles, and the relentless, sometimes painful, march of the time that ultimately shapes who we are. It reminds us that our lives, with all their complexities and contradictions, are a fusion of both loss and the quiet resilience of the human spirit.